Hey everybody, this is Brian, and the crabby person over here, this is Laura.
Yeah, crabby.
She's a little cranky, but that's okay. It won't affect the review. Here we are reviewing some Northwest Indiana haunts, including one that's had various incarnations over the years. This year, it's called Nightmares at the Museum.
Yes.
And that's appropriate because it's actually in the Cedar Lake Historical Society and Museum in Cedar Lake.
Yes.
And this is a haunt we've been going to. It started out in a middle school, right? In Cedar Lake?
It was the high school, I believe.
Was it the high school?
Yeah, I think.
A school in Cedar Lake, let's just say that. Hanover, there you go.
Hanover, yeah.
And we really enjoyed it. And I believe last year they weren't able to actually open. The previous year it was actually at the haunt owner's house. The year before they were at a moose lodge. So now they're at this museum in Cedar Lake.
They've got a great location.
Bigger location. The question is, does bigger mean better? And what's the answer to that, Laura? What would you say?
I think it was great. I mean, as far as being like every year it's been great. We've enjoyed it since we've been going, since it was in Hanover, the school. But the location was perfect for what they were doing. And just to say, the first room was really, really well done. Very, very creepy. It set the tone. I mean, I really thought it was great.
And Laura's being rather generic in her description because this is the spoiler-free portion of our review.
Yes.
So,
well, the first room is incredible.
First room was excellent. In general, since this is a historical society / museum, every room in there, even if there weren't haunting things going on in there, has period-specific items in there.
Yes.
So there's a doctor's office, a dentist's office. There's a grocery store. There's a dining room, a kitchen, all period-specific.
Yes.
An office of some kind. There's a barber shop, various things, and you can just look around and enjoy that. We enjoy that kind of thing as it is.
Yes, because we don't know if it was put there for the haunt, but I think it actually was the real stuff on the walls.
Yeah, that's pretty much the way it is, and they adapted the haunt to fit those rooms.
Yes.
So each of the themes in each room fit what the room actually was.
Yes.
So obviously there was a doctor's office theme, and there's a doctor in there with a patient. That's the horror part. But if you look around, all the stuff is actually period doctor's equipment and charts on the walls, things like that.
It was all authentic looking.
Yeah, so it's fun to look at, period. Mm-hmm. Okay? And there's some really interesting things in the haunt. It's $15, and they have a VIP for $25. The only thing about that is that the haunt is a little bit short. It's under 10 minutes. It's probably between 8 and 9 minutes long. That's not very long for the price, to be honest. I have to say about that. So overall, if I were to rank it this year for what you get, because of that price and the length of it, I'd have to give it just a 3 this year, even though I did enjoy it. But I do think, frankly, it's a little bit short for what you have to pay.
For me, I'm going to give it a 4, just because the first room that set off the tone, I thought it was amazing, and I'm going to give it a 4 because I just felt, and I really enjoyed looking into the rooms, and the actors were great too. They're really, all the actors, I have to give them credit because they all stay in character. You can see they love what they're doing, and this is a haunt that I say, this is a haunt with heart. The person that runs it, the people that are in it, it's a good haunt with heart. So I'm going to give it a 4 chainsaws for me, just because of the first room, the actors, the period pieces, the way it was put together. I really enjoyed it.
Okay. And for those of you who don't care about spoilers, this is now the non-spoiler free section of the haunt. The first room that Laura's talking about, one of our favorite themes.
This is the spoiler part. You said non-spoiler.
This is the end of the non-spoiler.
End of the non. Okay,
the beginning of the spoiler-filled part.
Yes.
And the first room is one of our favorite themes of all haunts, and that is a church scene.
Yes.
The thing here was it was actually wasn't a set. It was a room. Now, I don't know if the room was actually supposed to be like a church-type room all the time, but it looked pretty darn good.
Yes.
Had a facsimile of an altar, pews, and all this. What was really good about it was, you see this all the time, fake people in the pews and which ones are real, hooded figures. Yeah. We walked past one of the hooded figures and she whispered, welcome, okay?
Welcome.
Totally cool.
Behind you, it was just really creepy.
the actors kept their cool the entire time until we walked past them all, and then 3 of them came at us and followed us. Great. Usually there's just 1, maybe 2, with 3, and we couldn't figure out which ones were real or not. That's some of the best stuff.
Welcome behind you.
You had some clown rooms in there. There was a clown room, several clowns in the room. Doctor's office, like Laura mentioned, okay? There was a butcher shop. You see a lot of these things. There was a dining room, real period furniture and all that, with cannibals in the dining room. And then Grandma in the kitchen. Grandma was hilarious because Grandma kept looking at us, asking us if we wanted something to eat. Even when we left the building and we're outside, Grandma came out on the porch.
Yes.
And was like, you sure you don't want something from Grandma's kitchen?
Yeah.
And I thought that was really good. That was hilarious. I love when actors stay in character like that. And there was an outdoor portion starting with a barber shop, which was really cool. Period barber shop. Okay, and the girl was slitting customers' throats or scalping them. That's what she was doing. Yeah, really good. And there was an outdoor part too, one of those misty laser-like things with a death-like figure with a big scythe that was standing there.
He was just creepy.
Yeah, he was creepy.
Because he didn't chase you or anything. He just stood there.
And at the very end, you go out in this open area where there are multiple people from multiple sides that come at you. And of course, the chainsaw surprise at the end. This one always has a twist, though. The chainsaw surprise is a bunny, a giant rabbit with a chainsaw, which is hilarious. Okay, so overall, good stuff. Again, the only drawback for me was it's too short for the pricing. But again, you know, it's charity, and maybe the cost of using this building and all of that, that's what it costs. You always have to factor
really
these things.
Worth seeing.
It's
check it out.
It's very
it's
good.
Definitely worth checking
very
out.
Good.
Yes, I recommend it. Highly recommend it.
You intro it this time. Say, hey everybody, this is Laura.
Hey everybody, this is Laura from the Horror Tours. I'm here with Brian, and we're here to discuss the haunts. What's it called?
Shabant's Haunted House.
Shabant's Haunted House.
And it's called that. Why is it called that? Because it's in Shabant's, Illinois. So there you go. The name of the place is the name of the haunt.
Over?
No, that was good. I like that.
No,
I wanted to keep that. That was funny. All right.
All right. I need a thing.